I'm in the city of Montreaux in Switzerland by Lake Geneva. I'm looking for Freddie Mercury's house.
In today's video I'm going to show you Freddie Mercury's famous duck house in Montreaux. Then I'll visit the Queen studio experience in the centre of the city. Queen first came to Montreaux in 1978 after they had completed their tour to promote the album The News of the World. They came here to record their 7th album, Jazz. The Mountain Studios were located in Montreaux Casino. The original Montreaux Casino was host to the Montreaux Jazz Festival, but during a Frank Zappa concert in 1971, the venue was burnt to the ground after a fan used a flare gun inside the building. Members of the band Deep Purple observed the smoke spreading across Lake Geneva, and it inspired them to write their hit song, Smoke on the Water. The casino building was rebuilt in 1975. Other artists who have recorded at the studios include Iggy Pop, Sting, Michael Jackson, the Rolling Stones, Led Zeppelin and David Bowie. It's actually at Mountain Studios that David Bowie and Queen recorded the song Under Pressure.
And Freddie Mercury bought a house here, the famous duck house. And this is the actual entrance to the house. If I stick the camera up here, you'll see the, you're not going to see much, but you'll see the roof of the house there. Right by Lake Geneva. Oh, spectacular view.
It was while looking at this view that Freddie Mercury was inspired to write the song A Winter's Tale. He had rented the house for a number of years before buying it, and towards the end of his life he spent a lot of time here. After the release of the Innuendo album at the beginning of 1991, Freddie Mercury's health was deteriorating rapidly, having been fighting AIDS since 1987. He became obsessed with recording as much material as he could, knowing that he might not be able to complete a new album. He recorded enough vocals for the other Queen members to revisit the material and release the album Made in Heaven in 1995. The view from Duck House appears on the cover of the Made in Heaven album.
That's the front garden there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the centre of Montreaux in a bit and I'll show you Mountain Studios, because it's although the studios have been closed now, there's a museum there. So Freddie Mercury would have come through this gate many times. It's a shame you can't see more of the house. Well, just go down here and I'll stick the camera over the wall, but I don't think I'll be able to see much more. Oh, actually maybe I can. Catch a train now and we'll go to the centre of Montreaux to see the Queen studio experience.
Now it's free to go into the museum, but they ask for a charitable donation when you're leaving. I managed to film inside. I'm not 100% sure it's allowed, so if you do visit, don't go crazy with the camera. Inside the studios they've got, as you'd expect, Queen music playing in the background. Obviously I've had to mute that for copyright reasons, and I've added my own background music there. Most of the exhibits are the real thing, but there's some replicas like this costume, and also this black and white costume next to it. This costume is also a replica, but the microphone is not. It's the actual microphone that Freddie Mercury often used in concerts. And I believe it's the microphone he used in the Live Aid concert in 1985. And there's some handwritten lyrics here. The one you're looking at now is actually for the song One Vision. This is Brian May's actual costume that he wore on the US tour of 1974, the UK and European tours of 1974, and the UK, US and Japan tours of 1975. Behind this glass here they've got actual equipment that Queen used in the studio. The only thing that's a replica is Brian May's guitar. This is John Deacon's Music Man Stingray bass guitar, which featured in a number of Queen concerts. They also have Roger Taylor's Ludwig chrome drum kit, often played in concerts, including at Live Aid. There's a game of Scrabble here because Queen used to play the game during the recording sessions. The handwritten lyrics of Brian May and Roger Taylor can be seen here as well. The microphone by the keyboards here is the actual microphone that Freddie Mercury often used for recording in the studio. After recording the jazz album here, by chance the studios came up for sale and Queen bought the studios in 1979. They have exhibits here for each album that was recorded by Queen in the studios, including many of the handwritten lyrics for the songs. This is a separate studio where Freddie used to record his vocals. They've moved the mixing desk here so people can see it, but it was actually located upstairs originally, and it was connected to the studios downstairs by CCTV. Freddie's handwritten lyrics for his last two songs, A Winter's Tale and A Mother's Love. Both were written and recorded here at Mountain Studios, and they appear on the album Made in Heaven. And this is the spot where Freddie stood to record his final vocals. That was the Queen studio experience. Only one thing left to see in Montreaux: the bronze statue of Freddie Mercury that was unveiled in 1996. I've posted some photographs of my visit on my Instagram if you want to check that out. Thanks for watching, see you in the next one.
Curtain call, guess I want it all, anyway at all. Thought I missed it by waiting for the game respawn, for the lost and found.